The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. The one, the only Lil Xan in the building. My guy, how are you doing today?
Thank you so much, bro. I'm doing good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, though. I appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
It's funny, we're talking about Calvo, right? Because at the time that we're recording this, Cal's actually coming later tonight to come re-record some stuff with us, right? And I would have never thought you and Calvo would have known each other like that.
You know, like...
Such an interesting friendship.
Yeah, it's funny, bro, because I just, I be on the internet, and I just look for artists, and I came across this funny page called Hyperpop Daily.
Yeah, shout out to Hyperpop Daily.
Yeah, shout out to them, bro. They're funny, man. And I got involved in that whole rabbit hole of the Calvo promos and stuff, and I'm like, all right, let me check this guy out. But it was like good music though, so like, oh, this is super dope. Like I see a lot of potential in certain people, and he's one of them.
That's fire, man. I like that. And you guys are hopefully gonna hit the studio at some point.
Yeah, man. I just been so busy this week in New York. I didn't have time, but it will happen. It'll happen.
Does it feel good to be this busy again?
Yeah, because it was like a big hiatus, probably like a year and a half to 2 years where I really stopped making music, kind of stopped interacting overall on social media and stuff, just to focus on my health, to get sober. And it was a long process, but a very much needed hiatus, because I couldn't be here right now if I didn't take that break. So, but it feels, to answer your question, it does feel good.
Right. I've seen you obviously speak a couple times already about getting sober. So I guess the angle that I want to take and I want to ask you is like, during those 2 years, like, what are some of your favorite memories from those 2 years of being able to take time away?
Yeah, man. Before, like, just to give a little context, right before, like, at its peak of the worst substance abuse and I'd say almost like addicted to social media in like the worst ways, it was bad, bro. It was a lot of crazy thoughts going on. It was in a dark place. I wasn't happy with, where my life was going or who I was at that point. So I finally was like, I need to stop, for not just my sake, for my family's sake and my friends. And I'm not gonna like act like it didn't take a few tries. I went to rehab a few times, or detox a few times. And on the fourth time was the one that I've been sober since like 18 months. It was a crazy journey. A lot of the beginning part of that was going through the withdrawals, which suck. I wouldn't wish Xanax withdrawals or Percocet withdrawals on like my worst enemy. That's like horrible. So the first few months were just getting a grip, almost learning how to be a human being again, because I was so just broken down from all the substances and stuff. It's weird. It's like it's just weird how that worked out, but it got easier and easier as the months progressed, and honestly, I don't even think like about doing drugs anymore. It's crazy how that works, like how I can go from that to that. It's crazy.
Was there ever like a point for you where you even thought about changing like your name after all that too?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like after that, like, obviously the name Lil Xan and what you've been through, like I feel like,
you might have like
you might have like a not, I want to say a regret, but more like okay, well maybe if I'm not like in that space anymore, I shouldn't really call myself
that's a good thing that I thought about that a lot, and that influence. I told people that I was gonna change it to just my real name, Diego.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what it was, but something just clicked. Like I used to have a lot of resentment for the name Lil Xan because it did kind of put me in a bad place, but it also put me where I am today too, so I do have a lot of love for it. It's a weird love-hate relationship, but I like embracing at this point. I'm kind of just trying to go for you can call me Lil Xan, you can call me Diego. I'm not gonna call myself Lil Xan because that just sounds corny as hell, but other people can. That's cool, but like call me either or, Diego Xan, like it's fine. Like maybe one day down the road I'll completely do it, but for right now it's like
you're still gonna release music as like Lil Xan.
Yeah, definitely. Cause a lot of like my core fan base, like the diehard ones, they know my name, so it works.
With so back to what I said, cause I know you didn't get to say it, but what were some of the positive moments of those?
Oh, positive, positive.
Or some of your favorite positive moments?
Just getting to relax. It was right smack dab when the pandemic hit. So there wasn't a lot to do but just stay home and do nothing. So it was kind of like a perfect window. I know COVID sucked and it did suck, but it was a weird kind of good time for me to kick back because everybody was kicking back,
Yeah.
So it worked out.
What were you doing when you were kicking back? Like, what was like?
Oh yeah, you know,
what was Diego doing?
I have a little studio in my house making music, music that's soon to even come out, be released, which is cool. Focusing on just becoming more like in the art of everything. That's something I feel like I lacked a lot of once things started going well for me in my career. I feel like I got caught up too much in the fame aspect of it, and so therefore, you know, the music will decrease in quality if you focus more on the hype of it. You know,
Right.
you got to really focus because if you keep a consistent catalog of good music, that's how you stay relevant for a long time. And I know that's a strategy, but like I was just messed up, such in a bad place from all the drugs and stuff. Yeah, but you know that's why we're back out here trying to you know, rewrite the story, and we'll do it.
Right, as you will, and like
Yeah.
also like I also meant to add this with the name question. Like, did you ever think about getting some of the tattoos removed in that point too?
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I get asked that a lot. It's like I'm okay with it because how I look at it is I'm part of a generation where like there's gonna be a lot of crazy old people that look like me with like saggy ass face tats and stuff. So I'll find my clique, you know, like
I
I'll
like
be
the way
good.
that you said that. There's gonna be like a lot of old people
So,
with the
you know,
tats, all that.
there's a lot of us, so I think it'll be a weird generation of old people, but I'll have my little clique, you know, my little group.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be kind of hard though.
Imagine seeing like all like Lil Pump and all Trippie Redd just old and like it's face tats. It's gonna be crazy.
I ain't
Me
gonna lie,
too, yeah.
shit gonna kind of be kind of hard though.
Yeah, we're gonna look like some thug OG grandpas or something. It's gonna be cool, man. We're gonna have some funny stories to tell.
So as like you move like forward, like and also like I think it's interesting now because you know something that you had said like you kind of got caught up in the fame and kind of like the addiction to social media,
Yeah.
which is so crazy to think about because during that time I feel like that was like the big like conversation of like I don't know I guess we call that the clout era.
No,
think
you know,
that's-
I
think that's
agree.
what
It
people
was
call
like
it.
because the first time I heard the word clout was from SoundCloud, so I think of it very
It
closely.
was like the clout era, SoundCloud,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
SoundCloud, yeah.
But that era was so interesting because of all, like you said, like obviously like a lot of the drug stuff that was going on, but then also like a lot of the people's addiction to social media and you know just like again clout. Like I think of like very
Clout's a hell of a drug, right?
hell of a drug. Like I think about that time, like you know, you look at people now, like Logan Paul and you know the Paul brothers, whatever. They're doing their sports shit now, right? But I remember back then, like how crazy their
Team
YouTube
10,
videos were,
YouTube, yeah.
Team 10,
Pranks
or,
and stuff.
or even like you know like Rice and them too, and
Yeah.
like the type of whatever the video content that they were making at the time. And then even like if you go to the music and obviously you know artists like yourself or so on and so forth, like it was just crazy how clout was kind of like the main thing that everybody was like searching for at that point.
Yeah, like
and how you're all different now too.
Yeah, you know, I was just talking to a dude out there about
Shout out
like
Trill.
yeah, shout out, man. But we were just talking about how like when he asked me if I thought SoundCloud was dead, and I do agree to a lot of that. It's definitely not where it was, you know, in 2016 to 2018, you know, and I'd be lying if I was trying to say, oh yeah, but I still like the platform. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. Music is a cycle. It's an ever going thing. It always transforms into something else and morphs. And there's time periods of certain music, and so I'm just happy to have been a part of what I think is a pretty influential part of music, a little history. You know, love it or hate it, and I think it's influenced a lot of newer acts. You know,
Definitely.
Yeah, it definitely has. You can see like SoundCloud in a lot of the newer acts. Like it is cool just to think like, you know, I might have had a little helping part of like, you know, changes the narrative and stuff.
Right. So I saw you said that you're proud of who you're becoming right now, right?
Definitely.
Who do you envision yourself like? How do you want to continue to grow? Like in your mind, right? Because obviously we're never done growing.
Yeah.
Like where do you see what aspect of yourself? I guess is what I'm asking. Do you feel like you still need to work on, and where do you want to see yourself grow? And like what aspects do you want?
Yeah.
to see
Well,
grow
you're
to?
spot on, man. We're never done. You know, we're never done. We're growing. So like, I'm on like I'm about to turn 27. I know I'm still young as hell, but I feel like I'm in like my.
I just turned 27, bro. So literally, I'm right there with you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
I'm
okay,
right there with you. It's fine, don't worry.
Literally, so like I'm in like my older, mature kind of hippie phase where I'm really getting into the music like I should have before. I know, but like I feel like with age, I've grown immensely with maturity, and it's just in the new music you can hear like it sounds like me, but like just a more mature, like evolved, like how music should sound. You know, you can't keep releasing the same stuff and expecting it to do what it did before. You know, you got to keep evolving. That's why artists like, you know, Mac Miller, people like that have a beautiful discography where you can just follow their album and each one sounds different than the last one. But like it goes with that time, and that's what I want to do now. I want to just keep every project just keep evolving. Like from my first project to this one, it's like day and night. It's nothing like I don't even know. I don't even know the genre, bro. But it's cool, man. I'm in my RC bag right now, trying to.
Well, what is like RT Little Xan? Because like you dropped the EP in 2022, right?
Yeah.
How close or how similar does this project sound to that? And then how like far out the way does it sound too?
Oh man, you'll be able to be like, my voice is pretty distinguished, so you'll be able to be like, oh, it's still Xan rapping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God damn it. But it's like more live instruments. We're using guitars, professional drummers, violins. I'm a big fan of the Gorillas. I grew up listening to them,
okay.
so something like that, but more hip hoppy, I guess. But just vibey, some cool stuff. Yeah.
How much do you feel like with the first of all, what's your favorite Gorillaz song / project?
Demon Days.
Okay.
Demon Days, the project and the song off the project. Yeah, my favorites. Golden era for them. I love all their projects. They drop an album like every year. I don't know if people know. You know what I mean? It's really good. They're legends, man. Like I love that style. If I wouldn't have became a rapper, I probably would have been like in a band or something. Because those are my roots. Like I grew up on a lot of alternative rock and indie and all types of stuff. I love hip hop, but that's why I think that's where like all this live stuff is coming from. I always wanted to do that, so I'm trying to incorporate it now into rap and stuff.
With this project, right? So is it more? It's more indie focused.
I would say, yeah. I mean, even down to I'm independent, so it's as indie, as it
can
gets.
get.
Yeah, definitely.
With so what does this sound like, right? Because you keep saying indie, artsy, like
I don't see it. I have trouble putting a finger on it too. It's always hard to like list like, oh, when someone asks what genre is this, and it's like someone gives out like 18 different names of like what genre is. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what this is. I just want to know what this is. I don't know. I call it indie rap a little bit because it's still rap definitely at its core. But like I said, just got a lot of more live production. I like the production a lot more than stuff I did in the past. And with this project, I actually sat down and really worked on a body of on a project, like a body of work, not just a bunch of singles crammed into like one project, and that's what becomes an album. That's like my first album, and that's why it wasn't received very well. So if this isn't received well, I then maybe I'm just like the worst. But I love this stuff, and I think people are gonna really like enjoy it. Like I know they are. Like it's cool, man. I think I'm gonna gain a lot of new followers from it.
Do you have a name for it yet?
Probably I don't know. I can name it anything, I guess, at this point. I might call it Diego, just my name, kind of like Lil Xan Diego. Or we dropped a single called Noda, stands for Not on Drugs Anymore. Probably Noda, one of those two names.
One of those two names.
More, as personal. I want to make it as personable and relatable as it can be, because I think a lot of things that artists lack is being relatability. That's how you build a diehard fan base, is someone that they can relate to.
Right. With this project, like you said, like you think that it's gonna help you gain some new fans. Like, are you nervous about that too? Like, or like not people hating it, but like,
no, yeah.
Like obviously, it's like I think with any artist you go into, it's like, there's like the OG Lil Xan fans who've been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, are you worried that they won't be able to receive this project? Are you worried that they won't be open to growing with you on this project too? Like,
exactly.
Is that something in the back of your mind?
As an artist, I do think about stuff like that, and sometimes it does keep me up, at night. But I just know they're gonna like it. If they didn't like it, that would be a really big shock to me, because it is like it's very different, but it's very different, but it's still authentic and it's still me.
Yeah.
And I think that's just more important to them. But they're gonna like it, right? It's good. I love it. Yeah, it's good, man.
So when are we gonna get it?
End of October.
End of October.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's coming. It's on the way.
Yeah.
Right now, so it's interesting because what we're doing today with you is a little different. So we have the On the Radar freestyle that we did in LA. I didn't get to be there for it because I had to come back to New York. But we're doing there's two different versions. We're gonna do a different version of it here today.
Yeah,
which is interesting because I don't think this has ever been done before for us. So there's gonna be two different versions of the same freestyle that I'm gonna have them drop on the same day.
Yeah.
Because I think that's pretty cool. Because we've never done something like that before.
Yeah, and I like both versions a lot too. There's no favorite literally, but this one that I'm about to do is more of like a live focused. We went back in and changed a lot of elements. Just created an alternate version, kind of with more focus on just the musical aspect of it.
That's fine. So so by the time people see this, there's gonna be 2 different versions of
Hell
this
yeah.
Lil Xan. There's gonna be the LA one and there's gonna be the New York one.
Yeah,
And
man,
they're both gonna be on the YouTube right now, so you can go check both of them out. They're both gonna be out.
It's dope. Yeah, I just
2 separate vids. Yeah.
The spot in LA was dope. I know y'all were just renting that spot out, but it was pretty sick too.
I don't know if I'm gonna call it version 1, version 2, acoustic.
Man, you can call it whatever you want, man.
Well, I appreciate you, bro, and I'm so happy to see that you're in a great place now. I'm happy that you're feeling that you're feeling your true self and you're getting to grow and build. And I'm very excited for this project, Diego, or whatever we call it.
Yeah, whatever.
But before we get out of here, just so y'all know, both those freestyles out now, so go check those out. Let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let the fans know? Now is the time to do it. This camera right here.
That camera?
Yep.
Okay. Yo, to all my fans, to all my haters, to all the people of the world, I love you. I love you. You might not like me, but that's okay. I just want you to remember that, you know, everybody's a human being, and just because you see them through this glass mirror that's social media, don't forget that they're a human being, and, you know, they have emotions too, just like you. Be kind to one another, and you can find me if you just, you can find me. If you search, you can find me.
Well, there you go. Well, make sure you go check out his new project when it's out. Go check out both the versions of the freestyle. They're both out now. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, Lil Xan, Diego on the radar. We out.
Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.